Celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip-hop, we're exploring how to produce a Drake song today. Drake songs often use old soul samples, so it might be cool to see if we can find something interesting on Splice. Let's start with the keyword soul and see if that brings up anything interesting. Ooh, this sounds really Drake. Let's load it in FL and maybe pitch it up to make it sound a little more modern. Now I want to jump back over to Splice quickly to see if we can find a percussion loop to complement our sample. This one sounds cool. Now I want the song intro to feature these samples and to slowly fade in this like vintage way. So let's apply some volume automation. And at the end of the intro, it could be cool to transition into a next section through this like old-fashioned DJ scratch. So let's load up Shaper Box, which has a scratch function, and let's try automating the mix level. And let's maybe add another scratch sample from Splice for a bigger scratch effect. Yeah, sounds good. Now, I think we should segment into something more energetic, but I want to see if we can find an additional sample in this RSS2 Soul Pack that differs from the one we used in the intro. Wow, this is literally the same sample, but chopped up. That's perfect. Let's add it. Let's maybe also increase the tempo here for more energy, maybe going from like 140 to 160. So let's try automating that. Beautiful. Now for some more undertone and body, I like using this trick where I layer one sample with a unique copy of that same sample that plays an octave lower. So let's also do that here. And now we need to add in a cool beat for it to actually have that energy, you know. So let's drag in some drum samples and do that.
A few moments later.
And then I want to introduce an 808. Let's try for something simple and effective here that just follows the chords of the sample. So let's load up Sublab XL, which is an amazing resource for 808s and basses. And let's try some presets. That sounds quite cool. Now let's add a kick to increase the impact of each 808 hit. Now I think we should add some more elements to make this more of our own and to also spice it up a bit. Given that we have this vinyl soul loop, I want to go for some retro sounding instruments that play the sample's chords. So let's check out if Omnisphere has something cool for us, maybe in the Mellotron category. Nice. Now let's layer this with some keys to add more warmth and substance. Let's check out Keyscape, which has amazing piano and keyboard sounds. Maybe a Pionet preset could work here. That sounds quite good. Maybe let's also add another layer to accentuate the attack of the chords. So let's take a look inside my favorite free plugin, which is Labs, as they have this really cool sounding tape piano instrument that may deliver a cool result. And then then we should segment off to some verse section that feels a little less overwhelming. So let's try getting rid of the high soul sample. And maybe add a filter to the mellotron flute. Ooh, and I actually hear this kind of plucky phrase in the soul sample that goes dun 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 dun. Could be cool to highlight that by adding in some cool dreamy pluck of our own that plays the same phrase. So let's again try Omnisphere. That's literally perfect, but let's maybe add a delay to make it carry on for a bit longer. Okay, cool. Now I feel we should segment off into a new section where we strip away the energetic elements in order to build the tension to a new chorus. So I want to slowly introduce our high soul sample again through a filter. So let's automate that. And then we should introduce one last layer for added variation. I feel some horns may work given the soul character of our song. So let's load up my favorite horns library in Kontakt and see what we can find. Ooh, there's actually this vintage horns preset within the library that may work. Yeah, I like that. Let's maybe just make it a bit more vintage using Arturia's tape Mellowfy. And add another filter to roll off more of the sharp highs, which we can in turn also automate to gradually let the horns come in while we're building to the new chorus. And in this new chorus, I want to add one final new drum element, like some percussion loops, to just add that extra bit of sparkle and newness to our drums to also keep the listener engaged. So let's check out Splice. Yeah, this one sounds cool. And finally, and this is the last thing, I want to throw in some street ambience effect for some extra character throughout this song. And that concludes how we can produce a song like Drake. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel to become part of our community. I'll see you next week, and let's now listen to the final result of our Drake song.